Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you to the World Teachers Quiz Know It All. Before we move any further into the second edition of this fantastic initiative from the TeacherTribe.world, it is our pleasure and privilege to introduce to you our host, a passionate knowledge show host, writer, author, poet. She's the co-founder and senior editor of the TeacherTribe.world. She is also the only professional woman quiz host across Asia. With over 300 shows across 50 destinations of India and overseas, she enjoys a huge fan following now with students and teachers. From being a co-host of the Tata Crucible to several other corporate shows, the Teacher's Quiz is something that is very close to her and she's passionate about. She was rated by Business World as a 40 under 40 for content creators a year ago and was also conferred the iconic Woman Creating a Better World for All award by the Women Economic Forum. Ladies and gentlemen, here to grill you all, please welcome one and only Rashmi Furtado.
Welcome to each and every one of you to the first quarterfinal of the World Teachers Quiz Know It All. This is the second edition of the World Teachers Quiz, and we have again had an amazing participation from all you teachers. So let me introduce our today's quarterfinalists to you, and then we'll get into the game. First up, we have Shubhada Satish from Cambridge School, Aurangabad. There you go, there she is. Following her is Surya Lakshmi from Arvachan International School. Up next is Sanjeev Kumar from Sunbeam School, Varanasi. And following him is Monica Menon from Navratna International School. If I'm not wrong, that's in Baroda. Following her, completing this lineup here today is Aditya Chaudhary from Sunbeam School. Welcome to all you teachers. Let me quickly go by the rules and then we'll get into the questions. The quarterfinals are qualifying rounds, so what I have today is 10 questions for all of you. All the 10 questions are on the buzzers, +1, -1, your scoring pattern. Single attempt per question only, so please be very careful. Also, as I mentioned earlier, all the questions are on the buzzer. 2 out of the 5 of you will qualify to the semi-final. So please keep that in mind. This round is not about winning. It's about qualifying to that semi-final and inching closer to the world final. All right. Good luck to all you teachers. Question number 1 of the first quarter-final, second edition of World Teachers Quiz. Here we go. The ideology of the 5 a.m. club was widely popular in the year 2020. Who authored this book? We have Mr. Sanjeev on the buzzer. Go ahead, sir.
Robin Sharma.
He gets a +1 on that. Robin Sharma is absolutely right. Mr. Sanjeev getting a +1 there. Moving on to the second question of the quiz. Here we go. Who was the first woman to travel into space? She embarked on a solo mission. All right, no more clues. Mr. Aditya, go ahead.
Valentina Tereshkova.
He says Valentina Tereshkova, and that gives him a +1. Absolutely right, bagging a +1 on that. Moving on, question number 3. Who is the author and director known for creating the character Feluda? Aditya, again, go ahead, sir.
Satyajit Ray.
Satyajit Ray giving him another +1. He's on +2 already, doing very well for himself. I've seen many such qualifier rounds, and sometimes 2 points are good enough to qualify, but we have many more questions remaining, so let's see what happens. Moving on, question number 4, here we go. Considered as one of the world's most innovative tech companies, Tim Cook is its current CEO. Aditya, go ahead, sir.
Apple.
Apple giving him another +1, and his score as of now is +3. Doing very well for himself is Mr. Aditya. Moving on to question number 5. Here we go. Barrow, a small town in USA, has the sunrise early on a May morning and won't set again until the beginning of August. The place also has darkness for 65 days straight. Which state of the US? Mr. Aditya is on fire. Go ahead, sir.
Greenland.
Greenland, he says. He takes a -1 on that. The answer I was looking for is Alaska. Alaska is the right answer. You're not wrong. Greenland also experiences similar patterns when it comes to sunrise and sunset, but I specifically mentioned USA. Alaska would have given you that +1, but he's still leading the quiz. He's on +2. Let's see what happens. Moving on, question number 6. Here we go. Tai Chi is one of the best known martial arts of the internal systems. Based on Qigong and martial art techniques. Miss Surya, go ahead, ma'am.
It's country China.
China, she says. She's not even allowed me to complete the question. She's taken the risk there. China gives her a +1. She's absolutely right. China, or even if you had told me ancient China, I would have given you that +1. Scores as of now, we have Mr. Aditya on +2, Mr. Sanjeev and Ms. Surya both on 1 apiece. Let's continue with this quarterfinal. Question number 7, here we go. Where did the Running of the Bulls festival originate? Country. I need the name of a country. Mr. Aditya, go ahead.
Spain.
Spain, +1 to you. Absolutely right. He gets +1 on that. And he's back on +3. He's very safe as far as my math goes. But let's see what happens. 2 of them qualify. Let's keep that at the back of our minds. Question number 8. Here we go. What is the name given to system of reading using raised dots felt by Ms. Shubhada? Go ahead, ma'am.
Braille.
Braille gives her a +1. She's absolutely right. Getting a +1 on that is Ms. Shubhada. 2 more questions remaining, and as of now, like I said, Mr. Aditya is absolutely safe with 3 points. But we have Ms. Shubhada, Ms. Surya and Sanjeev, all of them on 1 apiece. 2 more questions. Let's see if one of them can make it to the semi-final or if they force a tiebreaker. Question number 9, here we go. Henkel employee Dr. Wolfgang manufactured the first print version of this in the form of a twist action lipstick, with the lipstick being... Mr. Sanjeev, go ahead, sir.
Glue stick.
Glue stick giving him that +1. Absolutely right. Glue stick is what I was looking for. And the last question of this quarterfinal. Well, if someone among Ms. Surya or Shubhada get a +1 on this one, they will be forcing a tiebreaker. Let's see what happens. The last question. Here we go. What innovation prior to the invention of a sharpener got its name from the fact that it was used to sharpen quills? Before we had pens, we had quills. And I actually gave you all a clue with the comment that I made. Quizmasters can often be very cryptic, but I did give you all a clue. All right. 5 seconds of time is up. The answer I was looking for, teachers, is a pen knife. The quills used to be sharpened using a pen knife before sharpeners were invented or created. That's the reason I said I gave you all a clue when I said before pens we had clues. So quills. So that's the reason I told you that was a clue. But all right, no one taking on that last one. And with that, we have Mr. Aditya and Mr. Sanjeev making it to the semi-final. Congratulations to both of you. Well, I think the rest of you played very well too. You are among the top 64 from the thousands of teachers who took part from across the world. So congratulations on that. And I'll hopefully see you all again in the next edition of the World Teachers Quiz, or maybe some other engagement that we have for all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care and please join us for the next quarter-final. Welcome back to the second quarter-final of the World Teachers Quiz. This is the second edition, and let me quickly get into introducing our quarter-finalists to all of you. First up, we have Ms. Ratnavalli from St. Joseph's School. Following her is Ms. Mala Kumar from Chrysalis High. Up next is Purnima Nagendra from National Public School. Following her is Tapasya Banerjee from Manav Sthali School. Up next is Chandrima Sanyal from National Public School. Following her is Vikhyat Mutala from HABT School. And completing our lineup here today is Ms. Maithili Natarajan from Padma Seshadri Bal Bhavan. Welcome to all you quarter-finalists. Good luck. Let me quickly go into the rules of the game and then get into the quarter-final itself. 10 questions is what I have for you. All of these 10 questions are on the buzzer. +1, -1, your scoring pattern. Single attempt per question only. Please keep that at the back of your minds. The question stays valid for about 5 to 7 seconds, within which, if none of you press the buzzer, I will move on to the next question. 2 out of all of you will qualify to the semi-final. Keep that in mind. This round is all about qualifying to that semi-final. All right? Good luck to all of you. Let's start this quarter-final. Question number 1. Here we go. This was started in 1984 by Richard Saul and Henry Marks with the demo of the Sony compact disc. Chris Anderson became its curator, and ever since this has been a great platform. What am I talking about? All right, we have Vikhyat on the buzzer. Go ahead, Vikhyat.
I think this is TED, the TED Talks.
TED from TED Talks. +1 to you, Vikhyat. You're absolutely right. He gets a +1 on that. I thought Chris Anderson should have been a very huge clue for all of you. And from Chris Anderson, you directly can link it to the TED platform that we have today. Moving on, question number 2. Here we go. An American philanthropist and a former general manager at Microsoft, she is the recipient of Presidential Medal of Freedom in the United States, among many others. Identify this giving personality. Vikhyat on the buzzer again. Go ahead, Vikhyat.
This is Melinda Gates.
Melinda Gates, +1 to you. You're absolutely right. The giving personality was a huge clue from the Giving Pledge. +1 to Vikhyat, and with that, he moves to a +2. All right, moving on. Question number 3. Here we go. Created by Ruth Handler, she is named after her daughter. Her full name, Vikhyat again, stopping me right there. Go ahead, Vikhyat.
This is Ruth Handler's Barbara Vincent Roberts or something. This is Barbie.
Barbie, the dolls? Barbie dolls? Yeah. +1 to you, you're absolutely right. I have all the teachers, other teachers here nodding at Vikhyat's answer. +1 to you, Vikhyat. Well, teacher, next time please press the buzzer yourselves. I think Vikhyat is a little too fast. He's already on +3. Well, 2 of you qualify. Keep that in mind. Moving on to question number 4. Here we go. Robert Adler invented a device in the 1950s that helps us often in our daily life. What are we talking about? Tapasya, go ahead.
Television remote control.
Television remote control, giving her a +1. She's absolutely right. remote control was created by or invented by Robert Adler. +1 to you, Tapasya. Moving on, question number 5. Here we go. Dong, D-O-N-G, is the currency of which Southeast Asian country which has Hanoi? Tapasya, again, go ahead.
Vietnam.
Vietnam, giving her a +1 again. She's on +2 now. Doing very well for herself is Tapasya. Well, no one has taken a negative so far. This makes me think if I've set the quiz a little too easy or all of you are way more prepared this year. Wow. Moving on, question number 6. Here we go. Which Indian city was planned by Edwin Lutyens? Vikyat, go ahead.
Chandigarh.
Taking a negative on that is Vikyat. The answer I was looking for is New Delhi. Chandigarh would be Le Corbusier and Edwin Lutyens would be New Delhi. All right. With this, Tapasya and Vikyat are both on +2 each. We have many more questions to go. I had just told nobody has taken a negative and Vikyat just did that for me. Moving on, question number 7. Here we go. The Day of the Dead festival is celebrated in which country? Tapasya, go ahead.
2nd November, Mexico. Country is
Mexico.
Mexico.
Getting a +1 on that is Tapasya. Mexico is absolutely right. In fact, this festival was also one of the key plot in the movie Coco. Those of you who are interested in animated movies, you must go watch it. It's a really cute movie. Getting a +1 on that, Tapasya, she moves on to +3. Moving on, question number 8. 3 more questions remaining, including the 8th question. Here we go. A French scientist named Pierre Vie invented a sliding adjustable jaw device for measuring distances of few centimeters. What device is this that is named after Pierre? Ratnavali ma'am on the buzzer. Go ahead, ma'am.
Vernier calipers.
Vernier calipers gives her a +1. She's absolutely right. A lot of times we learn a lot of these things in our school, teachers and students, but we do not link it with what's actually out there in the world. If we can only get that link, we will be able to crack a lot of quizzes. Absolutely right, getting a +1 on that. Moving on, question number 9, here we go. Which was the first English language newspaper published in the Indian subcontinent? Tapasya, go ahead.
It was Bengal Gazette or Hickey's Bengal Gazette.
Hickey's Bengal Gazette, and she goes to +4 with that. She is doing extremely well for herself. She's on fire, if I may say so. Well, moving on, the last question of this quarterfinal, question number 10. Here we go. It was a Russian doctor named Osip Krichevsky who first produced this from a liquid form by dehydrating or drying it. It's a huge industry today in which Nestle is a world leader. Tapasya, again, she's on 4 and she still wants to try. Go ahead, Tapasya.
Nestle. Coke, maybe. I don't know.
Coke, I said powder, dehydrating. All right, taking a negative on that is Tapasya. The answer I was looking for. Do any one of you know the answer? Do you want to try?
Milk
Maithili
powder.
ma'am, go ahead.
Milk powder, I think.
Yes, milk powder would have given you that +1 if you had pressed the buzzer.
I did, but I was a little late.
Too slow. Maybe next time all of you should practice with each other and your colleagues in your schools and then do well for the next World Teachers Quiz. All right, taking a negative on that is Tapasya, and her score goes to +3, which is okay because she still qualifies to the semi-final along with Vikyat. So Vikyat and Tapasya make it to the semi-final of the World Teachers Quiz. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, and stay tuned for the 3rd quarterfinals of this World Teachers Quiz. I will see you soon.